Welcome to another episode of Coco and Teal Speech Therapy. I'm Teal, this is Coco. Practicing baby signs with your baby or toddler can be a really fun way to communicate with each other before they even have their first words. We can start modeling baby signs for babies around 6 to 8 months of age. And I usually tell parents around 11 months is when we might start to expect your baby to actually start signing back to you. If you're wondering whether your infant or toddler is ready to start using signs, there are 3 quasi-signs that I usually look for before I actually start teaching purposeful signing. If your child is waving bye-bye, if your child is reaching up to ask to be picked up, and if they're using their finger to point to things that are interesting or that they want you to notice, these are 3 signs that almost every baby picks up naturally. And if your child has all 3 of these signs down, I usually take that as a signal that they're ready to start learning to make more complex and purposeful signs. The first sign I always teach is the more sign. More is my favorite sign to teach as a first sign because it applies to any situation. If your child wants more cereal, more kisses, more blocks, more anything, they can use this catch-all sign to ask for that. The next sign is please. Please. This can be used interchangeably with more. Sometimes kids will pick up more or please, and I think that they can be used generally in pretty similar situations. This is a personal preference. A sign that often goes hand in hand with more is the sign for all done. This is how I sign for all done. When your child is done with their food and begin throwing it off their high chair, you might model all done as a way that they might start to communicate that they're done with their meal and want to get out. Does your child want and need things from you all day long? It might be valuable to teach the sign want. This is the sign that I modified from the original ASL sign, but for a toddler, I find this totally appropriate. They can control their hand muscles enough to sign want when they want something. If you'd like your child to start naming specific foods that they'd like to eat, here are some signs to get you started. Eat, bread, cheese, cookie, cracker, apple, orange, banana, milk, and water. Baby signs are based off of American Sign Language signs, however, they can be modified in any way that you see fit. Unless your child has a known hearing impairment or you already know that they may be using ASL throughout their life, take this as a creative license to make up your own signs with your child. Most likely, you and only a handful of other people will be the ones using the sign to communicate with your child, so it's really okay to get creative and use whatever signs make sense to you and your child. Thank you for watching Coco and Teal Speech Therapy. See you next week.